Alright, well, welcome to Introduction to Psychology. I will be your instructor this semester. My name's Rebecca Kilgore. So this lecture is going to go over slides, expectations, grading schemes, all that fun stuff. So just a little bit about me. I'm a second-year PhD student in the psychology program. You can call me Rebecca, or if you're not comfortable with that, you can call me Miss Rebecca, Miss Kilgore. I just ask that you don't call me doctor because I'm not one yet. So I love true crime. I'm a true crime nerd, and I do work that into some of the lectures, primarily the lecture covering social psychology, in which we'll be discussing cults and groupthink, as well as dangerous leaders. So this is Ellie. She's my pet gremlin. She might or might not make occasional appearances in some of my lecture videos throughout the semester. It just kind of depends on her moods. You know how cats are. And I found this meme. I love it so much, especially now that like everyone's on Zoom. Anytime, dog, cat, I hear a meow, hear a bark, and it's like, oh my god, I want to see it. So what you can expect from me, so if you have any questions regarding content, I ask that you leave them in a comment on the corresponding YouTube video. If you have a general question, always feel free to email me. I do my best to answer emails in a prompt fashion. If I don't answer right away, give me about 24 hours, and if you still haven't heard back, you can email me again. If you do email me after midnight, I may not respond until the following day. And if I get the same question multiple times, I will send out an email or post an announcement about it on Blackboard, because usually if 3 people are unsure about something, there's probably more that are unsure that just don't want to ask. So this will be a truly online course. We will not meet in person, and my office hours will be online via Zoom. If you want to meet with me but can't make my office hours, which are 3 to 5 every Wednesday, let me know and we can set up a meeting. If you want to discuss your grade, I would prefer we set up a meeting just so that way I can ensure confidentiality. You will be responsible for completing all content on time, lectures, quizzes, exams, whole shebang. You're responsible for getting it done by the deadline. So do not procrastinate. If you procrastinate, you probably won't do super well in my course. Procrastination will be your worst enemy, so don't wait until the last minute. All of my lectures will be posted on YouTube, and I do use YouTube's closed captioning feature. The captions aren't always 100% accurate, but they're usually pretty close. It's just YouTube doesn't like my accent sometimes. And if you ever have questions, like if captions do mess up or something, if you just want me to repeat what I said in the video, you can always just leave a comment on the video and I will tell you what I said. And again, content questions, comments on the YouTube, and I do try to answer all comments that are left on the YouTube videos, just because, again, if one person's unsure, there's probably other people that are unsure that just don't want to ask. Because this class will be fully online, communication through email is key. I will be sending reminders about deadlines, important announcements, all that fun stuff, so you need to make sure that whatever email you use, your preferred email, is set up as the Blackboard or UTSA default email, so you receive all your Blackboard stuff to that email. I highly encourage everyone to set their primary, whatever it is, Yahoo, Gmail, whatever, as the email for Blackboard so you don't miss these emails. So the next few slides, I am going to outline that process just in case any of you are freshmen, or even if you're not a freshman, if you just never had to do this before and you're not super familiar with UTSA's system. And I do highly encourage you, just pause this after this slide and kind of go through the steps with me, so that way you can make sure you have the right email set up for Blackboard. So first of all, you're going to have to log into ASAP. So you go to UTSA's website, and then you click My UTSA, which will be in the upper right-hand corner. And then under Student Resources, it'll say ASAP. You click on that. You log in. After you're logged in, on the main page where it loads you in, you're going to scroll down to Personal Information, and you will click on that. And then once you're into the next screen, it'll have a bunch of different questions. One of the options, or the option at the top, will be change security question. Under that, you can view addresses and phone numbers, update them, cell phone, and there will be an option for update email addresses. That's what you want to click on. Right, and then after you've done that, you'll scroll down to where it says UTSA preferred email address. Under that, you will click Update Address. It will then give you a list of previous emails you've used either on your UTSA application or any financial aid associated with UTSA. And you can select any of the previous emails you've used. For example, if one of those is your primary, you can just select it. You don't have to enter it all over again. Or you can enter a new one. Sometimes I know people change emails. Personally, I have a spam email. That was actually the email I used on my undergrad UTSA application, so after a couple years I had to go in and change that. And once you've made your selection or entered your new email address, just click Submit, and then that will be your UTSA preferred email until you change it again. So I've already kind of gotten a question about this. Not really, sort of, I guess. But I figured I'd just go ahead and address it because I know it's going to come up at some point. So to access the lectures, there are a couple steps, but they're pretty easy steps. And I know for some of you, for example, if you're an upperclassman at UTSA, you were familiar with the old system and now they've kind of changed the user interface, so it's a little weird. So you find my course. It should be under your current courses, Sci 1013. You'll click on it, and then you'll scroll down on the sidebar to where it says Content. There should only be 2 things in it right now, and that's just because I'm in the process of updating a few things, and I didn't want you guys to get the jump on me before I'd had the chance to update a few things. So, but once they're available, which they will be, they should be available this upcoming weekend. So the weekend before classes start, they should, most of it should be available. So you'll click on whichever exam we're currently covering at the time. So at the beginning of the semester, we start with exam 1. So you click on that, and then it'll bring you to the next screen. And then the folder for lectures should be at the very top. And then you click that. And then, for example, just chapter 1 lecture, there's a YouTube link. All of my lectures will be on YouTube, as I mentioned before, so you will have to copy paste the link into your browser to access the lectures. And also, I try to provide you guys with the PowerPoint slides. That was highly requested last semester, so I'm going to keep doing it this semester. Because I know for me personally, having the slides to kind of go off of as I'm going through the lecture is beneficial, helps me take notes, all that stuff. So I will be providing those to you guys. So quizzes. There are going to be a total of 12 quizzes, each with 10 questions worth 1 point each. These are open note, open book, and do not have a time limit. You can take them as many times as you want, and only your best score will count. I encourage multiple attempts to help you study for the exam, and the quizzes are worth approximately 30% of your grade, so they are not optional. They are not optional, so make sure you get these done. Exams, there will be 3 exams, each consisting of 25 questions worth 4 points each. Each exam will cover 4 chapters. For example, exam 1 covers chapters 1, 2, 3, and 5. I do not offer makeup exams. You will have ample time to complete each exam. Do not procrastinate. Each exam has a 2-hour limit with forced completion. This means that once you've had the exam open for 2 hours, it will automatically submit. If you have technical issues while taking your exam, for example, your internet cuts out or you accidentally exit the browser, anything like that, just email me as soon as possible because I have it set up where you can only take the exam once. So in order for you to be able to start the exam again, I have to manually go in, clear your attempt, and then you can restart it. So you have to let me know if that happens, otherwise you won't be able to restart the exam in order to complete it. So any technical issues, anything like that happens while you're taking the exam, please let me know. I don't want anyone doing poorly on the exam for something out of their control. Again, make sure you give yourself ample time to complete the exam before the deadline in case you have technical issues. For example, if your internet goes down at 8:25 and I clear your attempt at 8:30, your exam will still be due by 9, which will be the deadline for all 3 exams. They'll be due on a Sunday by 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But like I said, you'll have ample time to complete them. Pretty much the whole course is going to go live all at once. So you'll have a month to do exam 1, you'll have a month to do exam 2, and you'll have a month to do exam 3. So just make sure you're staying on top of everything, your lectures, your quizzes, all of that stuff. You have to stay on top of it, because if you get behind, it's going to be a little difficult to get caught up. So this is super duper important. If you think you might miss an exam, you have to let me know beforehand. I can help you beforehand, but if you let me know after the fact, my hands are tied. The exams are due when they're due. So for example, if you're not feeling well the day the exam's due or something like that, and you haven't completed it yet, you need to let me know beforehand. Like, if you email me at 10 and the deadline for the exam's already passed, the deadline is passed. You have to let me know beforehand. So I do offer extra credit. There are going to be several opportunities for extra credit over the course of the semester. I highly encourage everyone to do the extra credit. Last semester, there were several instances where people forgot deadlines and they missed a chunk of the class, whether it be a couple quizzes or an exam or something like that. The extra credit can help negate some of those lost points. So for example, if you miss an exam, if you've done all the extra credits, that could be the difference between failing my class and getting a C. So definitely keep that in mind. All extra credit assignments are written assignments, but the difficulty does vary a little bit. So if an extra credit is worth more points of extra credit, then it's going to be more difficult than something that's worth only, let's say, 2 points. So, for example, I expect more information to be given in a compare and contrast question than something that's just like, what are the 5 domains of personality? And all extra credit assignments will be run through SafeAssign, which is a plagiarism checking software. So if you copy your buddy, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know. Just don't. They're not hard assignments. So this is also super duper important. So the SONA research the participation in this is required. If you do not get the necessary hours done before the end of the semester or before SONA closes, you will receive an incomplete in my course. Typically it's required 6 hours. And if you don't complete all 6, even if you get like 5.5, that's still an incomplete. You have to have at least 6. However, if you're already failing the course and you don't complete your SONA, you're just going to fail the course. So the SONA system opens approximately 2 weeks before, or 2 weeks after classes begin. And I will be posting an announcement and sending out an email whenever it does open. And you guys should receive an email as well. So I got a lot of questions about this last semester, so I just want to clarify it up front. You cannot begin earning SONA credits until the SONA system opens. So for about 2 weeks into the semester, you won't be able to access SONA, and so you won't be able to get SONA credits. My best advice is once it does open, check it once a day. For available studies, last semester there was an issue of not a whole lot being available at the beginning of the semester, so spots were pretty competitive. So if you're checking it every day, that will help kind of give you a leg up on the competition. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but if it does, don't panic. If you're having issues finding available studies, just send me an email. Again, if I get several emails regarding this, I usually reach out like, hey, I just wanted to let you know this is what's happening. And toward the end of the semester, there are a couple extra opportunities, but do not bank on those. You want it, I highly, I cannot emphasize this enough, encourage everyone to get as many hours as they can as soon as they can. Again, don't procrastinate, don't wait until the last minute, because even those extra opportunities at the end, the spots go quick. So don't just rely on those. Make sure you're doing studies throughout the course of the semester. And there are extra incentives to get it done early. For example, there are extra hours available if you have perfect attendance to all the studies you signed up for. If you complete all of your SONA within X amount of time, unfortunately, I don't remember the exact number or the exact amount of time. So yeah, there's extra hours that are available. So if you get those, then that means that's one less study you have to do, or half an hour less of research you have to do. So there is a lot more information about this available in the SONA yellow sheet, which I have posted on Blackboard. If you have questions regarding this, I suggest you go read the SONA yellow sheet, and if you still have questions, let me know, send me an email. So the biggest thing I just really want to emphasize to you guys, if you have questions, please don't be afraid to ask. Like I said, I've already gotten a couple emails with a few questions just kind of about the course in general so far. And that's awesome. Like, I would rather you guys email me than be unsure and miss a deadline or something of that variety. So yeah, like, any questions at all, please let me know. Comment on the YouTube videos, send me an email, something like that. I know last semester the students made a group me. I don't know if that's going to happen again. But yeah. So I have here a snippet I pulled from the last page of the syllabus. It is a recommended pacing of the course. I've just outlined for exam 1 here in the syllabus. I have the whole semester laid out for you. And this is just recommended just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a break so that way you're not trying to cram like 4 weeks of lectures and quizzes into one day or into 1 week or something of that variety. So all of the dates listed in this recommended pacing are Mondays. So for example, the week of January 18th, January 18th is a Monday, so is the 25th, February 1st. All of these dates are Mondays. So for the first week, of course, your syllabus lecture, chapter 1 lecture, and the chapter 1 quiz. Week 2, chapter 2, week 3, chapter 3, week 4, chapter 5, and then the week before the exam is due, make sure you're studying. I would recommend retaking the quizzes the week before the exam, just to kind of brush up on them a little bit. And this is important to note here. So as I mentioned, all exams are due on Sundays. So for example, exam 1 is due Sunday, February 21st by 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Exam 2 is March 28th by 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then exam 3 is May 2nd, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, these will be available to you off the bat. So there's really no reason to wait until the very last minute to do them. So again, don't procrastinate, and if you have technical issues, you need to let me know. So the exams are due Sunday. The quizzes are due Saturdays. So all 4 quizzes regarding exam 1, so the quiz for chapter 1, the quiz for chapter 2, quiz for chapter 3, quiz for chapter 5, all 4 of those are going to be due Saturday, February 20th by 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. All the quizzes under exam 2, so that would be chapter 6, 8, 10, and 11. Those are going to be due Saturday, March 27th, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the quizzes for exam 3, which cover chapter 12, 13, 14, and 15, those are going to be due Saturday, May 1st, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I have the full schedule and the syllabus. I have all the exams laid out, or all the deadlines laid out for you. I also have all the deadlines for the extra credits laid out for you in the syllabus. So, major takeaway from this, don't procrastinate, guys. I'm telling you, don't do it. It does not go well. Just don't. Make sure you're getting everything done in a timely fashion. You're leaving yourself enough time to properly study and take the exams. Don't procrastinate. Also, ask questions. I don't know what you don't know, so please ask questions. Additionally, again, if you guys have questions about the syllabus or the Sony Yellow Sheet, both of those are currently available on Blackboard. So go give them a read, and if you still have questions, let me know. One thing I do want to briefly address is the textbook is required. I got a lot of questions about that last semester. It is required. I would recommend probably just renting it, just because I know it can be kind of expensive. It's available to rent through Amazon, Chegg, all that fun stuff. So if money's a little tight, you can just rent it. Yep. Alrighty. So hopefully we'll have a fun semester ahead of us.